Hi everybody, thanks for clicking Treats TV with Chan, and I'm Chan. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever it is that we do with media. It's so much media out there that I can't go through the whole list, whether it's blog or IG or whatever it is, or just the word of mouth. Please, let's share our worlds. But let's get those subscriber numbers up. Hello to abroad. Europe, thank you. Philippines, thank you. Chicago, Atlanta, what it do? But please continue to tell others. But you got to subscribe, because when I do post, it automatically, you'll be notified. It either go to your emails or it'll just pop up on whatever you have it linked to. And as far as the posting, I post when I feel it. I take a lot of time for me, and this is what your blog is. It's your time. It's your commute. It's your washing laundry. It's the kids are down. It's your husband's away. It's for the guys. It's a catch up on certain female things. I talk all things. To catch the next blog, I'm about to go in with Onyx. So, you know, I speak to all people, and that's what this blog is. A lot of people don't like the media. They don't watch the news, CNN, MSNBC, and all of those things, because they don't want to be spoken to in a certain manner. They don't want the pretentiousness. You can't give opinions with journalism. You have to be fact-based. There is supposed to be no emotions. You get to just get the message and spread it and share it however, or you get, and I do fact-based. I don't give opinions. And if I don't know something, you know this model. If you've never watched, Google it. So in any case, yes, I did a cleanup of everything. I cleaned up my channel. I cleaned up my mind. I've been enjoying my yin and yang yoga. And for those, if this is your first time clicking, I had an injury in February. I've been doing rehab. Unfortunately, I'm kind of hearing that I'm going to need another surgery. So I've been just trying to clear my mind for that. No one wants to keep going through surgeries, especially when it's nothing that I bought on myself. So with that, people, if you subscribe, you will get the post whenever I can post. And if I'm laid up normally in the bed and I can post, I'm gonna do it. So it's better to just subscribe and you get it whenever I can share with you. The Ebola virus. So I'm watching the media, and I'm not enjoying the tone of the media. I don't like how there is an undercurrent. I don't like the drop off before they go to commercial. I don't like the last statement that they try to slide in and then they cut, so you can't take it back. They can't be reprimanded. I don't like the blank stare when they come back. It's a lot in media, and people can see it. I know I certainly can. You can tell when someone's being reprimanded in their ear, or they're rephrasing what was said to them. But to watch the media, and they are sharing certain fact-based information. So we have 960 dead in Africa. We have 1,200 that are ill. And, you know, they're saying that it has come from Africa. And it has. That is a fact this time. And I say this time because I am 40-something. To be exact, 42. I do recall a time that the first initial epidemic that we had in a community, I can't even just say urban community, was supposedly from Africa. And it was such a stigmatism. It was so messed up, and how people treated people. Just the past 13 years, we've had another people who were put in a bad light. And that was the Muslim community. Now we're having this whole African thing again, and it's the media is the message, the way I'm getting the message constant, and I'm going to different media outlets. I'm not just sticking with one. I'm not enjoying the tone of the media. Yes, this did come from Africa. Missionaries went across to spread their message of whatever their beliefs are and things of that sort, and it has been traveling back to the U.S. They also have shared with us that in Africa that they have been refusing treatment, or at least, you know, some type of prevention methods and things of that sort. But please try to have a commentary, if you're going to give that type of information later, that explains the possibilities and some type of interviews and the reasons why Africans may be apprehensive about letting people in a white suit enter their home and not knowing where this came from, and not having open dialogue to be educated as to, no, it originated here and we're trying to prevent it, and all of those things. They don't have the media that we have. And, with anything, without education, people have this fear and these stigmatisms, and they are removed. It's a pure place. Don't get me wrong, in Cape Town and all of those places, I'm sure, that's a big city. There are places that have, it's regular life. But this is removed places. This is, I think, somewhere in West Africa and Liberia. I think they're trying to prevent the spreading to that location. But these are still kind of isolated areas. They're not watching TV. They had problems with water and food and things of that sort, because it's a pure country. It's a pure place. These are pure cities. So they don't understand the white suit. They don't understand when accompanying the white suit are people with guns. And, there is an uprising in certain places, and they're doing protests to keep people from digging there and burying the bodies. That's the only thing that I haven't been able to find full information on, that says how the bodies are being buried. And that's a problem for me, because if Ebola is fluid contact, so that would be whatever, just fluid, people, is being released, and you're putting them in the ground, I thought that it would be going back into the soil. So I'm hoping that there's a TARP situation, and it's not a mass burial, or even if it's an individualized burial, that the fluids are not going back into the soil. So that's a little bit of my problem with looking that up, because I haven't found how they're being buried. They're just talking about burials. So in any case, they're having protests about that, about being buried in their part of the country, and then it subsided. They were burning. I didn't understand why they stopped burning, because it does go up in the atmosphere, but it's not contacted that way. It's body on body. It's fluid. So I would imagine that burning was okay, but maybe they don't know what's going to happen in the atmosphere. So this is what I mean by media. I'm not getting a full I'm not being informed completely as to what reasons things are being done. And all they're focusing on is it could be prevented, but the people are not letting them into, to help them. Tell a story, tell the full story. And that's what I call throwing a rock and hiding your hand. There hasn't been an interview yet of the people who are scared to go, to talk to people with cameras. It's a different way of life for them. And it's a strange look. It's like a spaceman, an alien walking in with their spacesuit. It's a little unfamiliar. So a little empathy, as far as having a commentary later, would have helped us, instead of just having the media and they're giving this fact-based little monotone or whatever tones they're dropping while they're giving it. I have a problem with that. And that's pretty much, the missionaries go across. It comes this way because the missionaries come back, and apparently they've been in contact and they have Ebola. Also, a gentleman went to go visit his family at some point, and apparently he came back with it. He is now not with us. He's deceased. So to have that information come across, and then later to find out that a trial drug was shared with the missionaries, and they seem to be reacting to it just great. They're recovering and things of that sort. And then to put out there, but the Africans are, the people, the CDC is being met with protest. Yes, they're being met with protest, but you don't just leave a drop-off statement like that. There's a little understanding and apprehension, and I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to understand why. And I don't like people being demonized with, it came from Africa and they don't want help. For another lack of better term, guinea pigs. People have been used as guinea pigs for a long time. Well, we're going to try this drug, first, we're going to go straight through this. We're going to try this drug. In this case, I would say, let's throw the drug out there. And, I don't know if we got to drop it over there. I don't know if the person has to be shot. I don't know if they have to see how far progressed they are. but we're going to have to get it to them somehow. We forced our way into other places so many times. What's the difference now? But let's get it done. And America's so great, and all of the, we get the whole rhetoric all the time. Let's just get it done. So that's my take on Ebola. Please Google it. Let's not have the stigmatism and treat people funny. Let's not start being scared of people and things of that sort, because the outbreak that may be in Africa is not going to be the same outbreak that is in America. Because again, like I said, they have a trial drug. Let's see if it's cost effective. It's not going to be cost effective there because they don't have money to pay. But in America, let's see what winds up happening. So please, if you don't watch media any other time, start watching it, or just Google it if you want to filter what your message, because you can read for yourself. I find that reliable sources. I like the Huffington Post. I really like the lady and admire the lady who has the Huffington Post. So I find it as a reliable source. And just look at where you're getting your media from when you read it, so that you can form your own opinions. And that is why I always say Google it. I don't say Wikipedia it, because Wikipedia gives a lot of wrong information, but Google it. But decide for yourself. Share the message. Watch what you're sharing, please, because I get a lot of media sometimes, or I see a lot of media, and I'm like, wow, like you got to look at what you're sharing, and look at where it's coming from a lot of times. So in any case, let's keep each other posted. I'm going to continue to enjoy my downtime, but I stopped to blog because I can see the air changing. I don't feel it. I can see how people are coming across that media and how they're talking about this whole situation. I'll see you next week. I'm probably going to see you before next week because I got a lot of blogging to do, a lot of catching up to do. So just take a pic. If you've never watched before, refresh yourself, and be patient with me, because the same way you're enjoying yourself, I'm trying to enjoy my family too and still share with you. See you next week.